The Zone at 91.3 presents The B-Side.
Dan Gunn, man.
Hey, Dylan Willis.
What's happening, dude?
Lots is happening. You know, it's summertime in Victoria. We had a heat wave start in the middle of the week. That was pretty sweet. And
That was random, man. That was like actually bona fide heat wave. 27 degrees on Tuesday.
I don't know, I don't know how everybody else is doing, but I think like nature's a little screwed up by it too, because I've had like every piece of pollen descend inside my head.
Yes.
All at once because of it. But
You're
I'll take
preaching
it.
to the choir. I was actually the guy in our last jock meeting being like, hey guys, can you make sure you keep the windows closed because my allergies are getting real bad.
Yeah, I'm now on like eye drops, some sort of sinus inhaler, and like a pill to deal
Wow.
with it. But I'm feeling good now.
Yeah.
But feeling for a while there.
You found the
head was
sweet
heavy.
spot. Yeah,
yeah,
nice.
yeah. So also in the middle of the week this week, I was reading this blog written by a guy named Paul Graham. He started something called Y Combinator, and Y Combinator in the tech world is a big deal. It's like one of the premier accelerators. It's they scour the planet literally for the best ideas. They bring them there for 3 months. They indoctrinate them in how to really run a business and build something, and then they send them back out into the wild. And often they make an investment with them, and they're very successful. They pick winners. And so a local company here called Send With Us was accepted into that program last year and went down. And I was just meeting with Brad, who's one of the founders of Send With Us, and he sent me this article written by one of the founders of Y Combinator, and he's from Pittsburgh. And he was writing about, how Pittsburgh could become the next Silicon Valley and what they would need to do. And one, I don't think Victoria should ever try and become the next Silicon Valley. I think Victoria should just be Victoria because it's pretty awesome. We're already growing a great tech sector.
We don't need to be the next nothing. We can just continue being the awesome current Victoria.
Well, and that's, that was kind of the spirit of everything that he said, but he was answering the question they asked. But one of the things he talked about was, how you have to attract lots of young people. And I think Victoria has gotten a lot better at that. We're keeping more people in town than we ever have before, and we're bringing more. And that comes from things like walkability and bikeability. It comes from music festivals. It comes from great coffee shops. And say what you will about the bearded, horn-rimmed glasses wearers out there and the tight jeans and how we love to, vilify them. One thing about the culture of hipster is that they look for genuine, high quality experience and something unique.
Right.
And I think Victoria is really good at that. And as a result, we should have more people with beards it's because
Says
we have
two guys sitting in a studio wearing horn-rimmed glasses and beards.
Exactly. So get off our back, man. But so he was talking about all these things that bring people, and that what you can't do is become like the suburbs. You can't be attracting all the plazas full of the various franchises and things like that. And so he was talking about their people. He said they're making there be a there here, which is a very confusing sentence.
Wow.
But actually making your place a place that when you're in a city, you know what city you're in. And I think Victoria's fantastic at that. I think when you're here, you definitely know, you get that vibe with a little bit of our old England, a lot of our nature, a lot of our culture and excitement about music and great coffee and beer. Like all of these things are signs that Victoria knows how to be a here.
Right.
Right. And so the B-side has been highlighting that all along. And so, this week I don't have one in particular thing to talk about, but more importantly, that these are the things that we need to celebrate. But it's that, it's the youth, the young part of it. It's people, that are under 35, people who are entrepreneurial and want to make things happen, people that are fiercely proud and local and entrepreneurial is what the B-side's about, because we're just talking about what Victoria's character is about. And so I was really excited when one of the thought leaders in places and in entrepreneurial culture started describing what a city needed to be and see that it's Victoria. So we'll link up that blog on our blog as well, so people can read the essay that was written. And I'm going to work on something that we can write up a little bit about Victoria. I get asked a lot by policymakers and politicians, what can we do to help the tech sector? My answer is, the tech sector happened without politicians and policy. It happened because of entrepreneurs and good ideas and good schools and other things. But what we really need them to do is preserve the heritage buildings. We need them to make the city walkable and bikeable. We need to make it easy to get in and out of town. We got to make it the place people want to live. And so that works for everybody. It's not a tech thing at all. It's what's Victoria need. And if we could keep focused on those things and make sure that we learn from the mistakes of places that grew wrong or too fast, it's going to be pretty fantastic. And so now I actually have an answer. It's going to be all about policy related to just encouraging entrepreneurship in the city.
Cool, man. Thanks, Dan Gunn.